and they would just be mean to me and torment me. That was child harassment. I had one of the worst years of my life. Hi everyone, it's Omolate. Welcome back to another story time. And this story time is about my abusive preschool teachers. You're probably like, what's the worst preschool teachers can do? They were actually out to get me. It wasn't all in my head, it was actually happening. So I guess I should just jump right into the story. Okay, so pretty much I was not born in America. I'm an immigrant. I was born in Nigeria and I moved to America. At the early age of 2, I was enrolled into an American preschool here in America. So I was familiar with English, but my English just didn't flow like how other people's English flowed. I knew I was different, but at the same time, I thought I'd be able to adjust, you know? Like the first few days of preschool, I was pretty quiet, pretty chill, you know, like trying to understand my surroundings. Like from the first glance, you would say, I'm extremely shy, you know? Then the next few weeks, I start to hate the place. I start to passionately hate that place. You know how kids cry when they're first dropped off and they just don't want to let go of their parents? That was me. I did not want to be in that place. First of all, I knew the teachers hated me. People didn't really want to talk to me. And when I told my parents that, they didn't take me seriously, you know? So I was like, no, please don't let me go to this preschool. Obviously, I had to get an education. I'm like, how am I gonna bear? These teachers were ruthless. They ignored me. They would never answer me unless I talked to them in a specific way. Now imagine a kid whose English is not that good trying to speak English in their own specific way. You're like, okay, just learn it. It's hard, man. It was hard. I remember like when we had to use the word may instead of can. I don't know why the word may would always escape my brain. I would never remember to use the word may. Like I remember, for example, I was trying to use the restroom. I had to pee so bad. So I get up and raise my hand. I try to talk to the teacher with my weak voice and say, hey, can I go to the restroom? You know, she's like, that's not how you ask. How else am I supposed to ask? So I'm just starting to fumble with my words. It's not making sense. You know how teachers go, can somebody help her? Like, obviously a kid's like, yeah, it's, may I go to the restroom? And in my head, like, really? Like, why does that matter? Well, what's the difference? Don't do that. It's not that serious. Raise your hand if you actually use the word may for every situation you should be using the word may. Raise your hand. Also, my teachers would make sure that I felt excluded. For example, I remember when we were having lunch, and sure, you can't complain, you have to eat what you get, but like I've seen from previous students that if you don't like something that they give you, the teacher usually gives you like a snack like goldfish or a Rice Krispie treat. We had some salad, and coming from my background, we don't eat salad like that. I did try it. It wasn't good. I didn't like it. I couldn't eat it. So I told the teacher and she said, all right, go and sit on the carpet. That's it. She's not gonna give me a snack. I really thought she was about to give me a snack. So I go sit on the carpet and I'm just waiting for the snack. I'm waiting for the snack. Oh, there's still no snack? I start to cry. Not the loud cry. I'm just like silently weeping to myself like, I'm hungry, I'm starving, I need food. I'm a little kid who's starving right there. And then the teacher has the decency to say, why are you crying? You're the one who said you didn't want any food. I don't talk back to teachers. I don't talk back to teachers now. I didn't talk back to teachers then. So I'm just like, what? Ever since then, I had never complained about food. And let's just say not all of the food there I liked. Another thing my teachers would do is that they would punish me for the smallest things. We were supposed to be cleaning up and I was at the puzzle station and I was trying to fix the puzzle before I put it on the rack. So I'm trying to fix the puzzle. Like, it's an easy puzzle. It's not one of those hard puzzles. It was just put the plane where the plane shape goes, or put the square where the square shape is. It was just one of that, and I just wanted to do it really quick, put it away. So everyone's cleaning up, and the teacher sees me still sitting down, trying to put it down, the pieces down really quick. She's like, Omolade, what are you doing? Don't you see everyone else cleaning up? Like, get up. Mind you, there's still other people around walking. She just had her eye on me. Students would get warnings. I don't get warnings. She didn't give me warnings. I went to the timeout immediately. We had a red timeout car. That was my property. Like, I was there almost every day of the week. I started to enjoy being in the timeout car. Like, I would stare at the clouds, just think, live, you know. And honestly, I loved it. I got in trouble all the time, and I felt bad of why am I getting in trouble. I didn't eat any of my food. I was in trouble. I took too long in the restroom. I was in trouble. I didn't raise my hand. I was in trouble. I was crying too much. I was in trouble. I was in trouble for everything. So I started getting used to being in trouble all the time. But at the same time, you're just like, is everything I do wrong? My teachers were black. They were black teachers. There was Miss A and Miss B. Miss A was light-skinned and big. Miss B was dark-skinned and thin. Like, they were exact opposites. Like, Miss B wore a wig. Miss A wore her natural hair permed, you know. But Miss A, oh, she hated me. She was the worst. She was the main one who did what I just said. Miss B, she was mean too, but like, she was also mean to other students. So like, I didn't feel as bad. But Miss A hated me. She was out to get me, and to this day, I fear for the day I ever meet her. She hated me. But fortunately for me, there was these beautiful days on Wednesdays or Thursdays where this white lady rolling in with her cart would come talk to us, and I would raise my hand and I would talk, and I would be so alive and I would be so happy. But then she would leave, and I was stuck with the black teachers again, and they would just be mean to me and torment me. That was child harassment. I had one of the worst years of my life in preschool. I hated preschool. I was never really a shy kid. I would say I was more reserved. I enjoyed making friends and talking to people, but they made me not speak even a single word. Like, I remember there was just snot coming down my nose, and instead of asking to go get a tissue, I just sat at the table with my eyes watering, letting the snot just fall out. Because I was just terrified to go speak to my teachers. If we were dancing on the carpet, which I was just standing, and we needed to go pee, I wasn't gonna go tell my teachers that. I would wait until we had a restroom break. Like, oh, it was so bad. If I got hurt at recess, I would never tell them. I was so silent. I was so silent to the point where they had to make me an ESL student. They thought that I could not speak English. They thought that was the problem. That wasn't the problem. I was learning English just fine, okay? The problem was that you guys hate me, therefore I won't speak to you. I remember one time, Miss A actually brought her fiance. She brought her fiance to class, but the fiance didn't leave. We were in the middle of a class discussion. The fiance walks in, and tell me why they just start chatting it up. They're just talking for the whole entire duration of our discussion. And there's a point where they even go inside the closet to continue speaking, you know? And I'm just like, don't bring your whole fiance to class to disrupt the learning process that's supposed to be going on. Honestly, I'm not being racist in any way, for real. Like, but I would say I learned the most from the white lady who came in with her cart and taught us how to read, write, you know, gave us prizes. Oh, I love those prizes. They were like the highlight of my day. And they were just plastic rings, plastic bracelets. They weren't cool. But I just love that teacher because she was such an exact opposite of the teachers I was already dealing with. I feel like the main reason they kind of targeted me was probably because obviously on my application, I don't know, like maybe they knew that I wasn't from America, you know, and obviously my accent, I didn't really do English that well. So maybe they were just kind of picking on me in a way, and maybe I thought of it as a bigger deal than what they thought of it as, you know. So I feel like it could have been, what do you call that? Is that racism? They created like a deep hatred of teachers for me at a young age. And I hated school, I hated teachers. So I did not look forward to like going to higher levels or higher grades. My teachers over the years just were getting nicer and nicer, and I was like, maybe it was just my preschool teachers. There's still this like feeling of fear when I'm near teachers that I still get. I even remember I had a teacher that kind of reminded me of the teachers I was scared of. And man, I was the most silent in her class. Like, you don't see me speaking in her class, just mainly because of like that small PTSD. Like, honestly, my elementary school teachers were amazing. Like, right now I'm already asking them for recommendation letters for college, and a lot of them are just saying, oh, I remember you were such a bright child. Those are the kind of teachers that should be around, not those preschool teachers who didn't actually care about their students and who thought it would be an easy job. Students, especially young students, need attention, they need care. Like, if you're not able to do that, don't sign up to be a teacher, especially a preschool teacher. So that's pretty much what happened with my abusive preschool teachers. They obviously don't remember me, but I could remember them. They gave me such a bad experience for school. I can't, like, and the fact that when I told my parents, I would tell my parents every day. They didn't believe me. They thought I was a child who didn't like school. No. But I guess I don't really like school now though, so. Anyways, thank you for listening to my story time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, please like, please share, please comment, like, do all of that stuff. And I guess it's the end of the video. Bye. Yeah!